Well, welcome everybody. Hey, if you're here, thank you so much. You are part of history because today is the first episode thing, the first episode of Rising Star. And Star is not about me. No, 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 no. It's about another VTuber that every little day I look, I listen, and I find one. And I say, you know what, you're so underrated. Come on my show, and hopefully this is gonna be successful enough. We'll have many more episodes. But thank you so much, everybody. And you know what? Give it up for Alien Shenanigans. Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's a really big pleasure that you have invited me,
Yes, yes.
brought me here as your first guest.
So during this segment of the show, there are a few little fun things that you, the audience, can do, and that is, if you have any questions for our guest here, just write them down, and we might read some. We might even say your name. Isn't that fun? And the other
Oh,
and the other thing is, in case some of you are kind of a little bit too sussy bacas, we always reserve the right for alien shenanigans here to decline. Unless you're into that. But I think before we start, or rather, as we start, we should talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the frog in the room.
the frog in the room.
Yes, yes. Believe it or not, that's not her VTuber model. No, 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 no.
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah. So here she is in all of her glory. Oh,
Oh God.
hello.
Hello. I am not actually a giant Pepe. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's like that new VTubers versus IRL trend. I'm sorry, I'm not
oh
actually a
yes,
Pepe.
exactly. Oh, now everyone's gonna unfollow. Man, I thought you were a frog.
Sorry to disappoint.
So, Ali.
Yes, sorry. Don't mind my neck.
Oh no, don't worry. Would you like to start off by a little introduction?
Oh.
Would you like to introduce you to everybody here?
Okay. Hi. you I go by Alien Shenanigans, but everyone just calls me Ali. Um I started VTubing 3 weeks ago and I met these lovely people and I've been having a lot of fun, and everyone's my friend. That's about it. You can call me Ali since you're my friend.
3 weeks ago. That's really amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very a new VTuber among the world of VTubers, and we're so lucky to have you.
Aw, thank you. I'm lucky to have you as a friend to help me out.
Yes. So we'll start off. I have a little list here, and
Yes.
there are some questions. So the first question was, what would be your lord?
My lore? Okay. I forget you knew this was gonna be a question. Um the thing is, for me, I don't really have a lore, I just liked aliens. So I was like, okay. I say I like aliens, but I'm actually scared of them. But I decided that I was just gonna be an alien, and the idea was I'm here from space, and I've kind of made it up as I've gone with my stream. And the idea is just I was sent here as like a space mission for my species, but I've been here for a very long time. I haven't heard back from them in a while. But they told me it was a very important mission. That's why they sent me here alone. Um, that's about it, I can tell you.
Well, I see. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. My reverb was on. It was still on, so I was talking with like this big reverb. What is your lore?
What is your lore? Tell me.
We will be
Show
the
me what you've
judge.
got.
Yeah. Oh well, but for the people out there who want to be VTubers, or you just started, A lore is just for fun. You don't need to have a lore.
Mm.
Some people's lore were like just like, oh, it's me, or other people were like, oh, I'm a person. Oh,
I'm a human. Sorry, I felt like this hair worked better. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Don't mind me. I'm an alien. It does. It's part of the law,
Yeah,
Star. It's part of the law.
yeah, it's her culture. It's okay.
It's why it's culture. I can do this. Don't worry about it.
So yes, like it's okay, and that's the fun part. A lore you could change it whenever you want. Like there's no rules, really. There's no rules. It's for fun. It's for fun.
Mm.
All right. So the other one would be. So what made you start streaming? What got you into this?
What made me start streaming is okay. So for the longest time, I didn't actually watch streaming. I didn't watch VTubing. I don't even know what the fuck VTubing was. I heard of like Hololive or VTubers, and I was like, what is this? And I tried looking up, and nothing made sense to me. Uh, and only earlier this year was I like, oh, so it's people who like use little avatars. And I started watching like a few bigger VTubers, and I was like, this is pretty interesting and fun. The fact that they don't have to show themselves. And I don't know. I just really like talking to myself, and I like putting it out there, and I like making friends, and I like the idea of like going on streaming, and you get to fully be yourself and make yourself look the way you want to. No one can like judge you based on that. They're only judging you based on your personality. And I was just like, yeah, it brought me new self confidence to be like, I can make friends like this. And there's no worry about like, do they actually like you or do they not? Because it's a stream. They can click off if they want to. It's not that big
Mhm.
a deal. So yeah, I just wanted to make friends. I
That's
had a lot of free time.
that's cute. But like, oh, okay, I see. But at the same time, I feel like what you said could also be applied in real life. Be yourself. If people don't like you, that's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay. They'll click away, They'll walk away.
exactly.
Yeah, be yourself, man. Be yourself. There's no use living a life if you have to live behind a mask.
Mm. If you can't be yourself.
hmm So does that mean what about like flesh tubing? Did that idea ever occur to you, or like maybe it did, but as soon as you learned about VTubing, you were like, no, I'm doing this 3D thing. That looks way better.
I think so. I feel like this is a normal thing a lot of people went through. Like as a kid, you watched YouTube and you were like, "Oh my god, I want to do that. These people make me happy. I want to entertain people." And I think a lot of people wanted to do that. So it did occur to me because in most content creation forms, you need like it's very rare to get successful and to portray and connect with the audience without an avatar. But I had really, really bad self esteem issues as a kid, like to the point where I was 100% convinced I am going to grow up and buy myself different wigs and eye contact lenses so I can change my appearance constantly. So I was like, yeah, I kind of want to stream or flesh tubing or YouTube or whatever. But I was like, I just didn't want to do it because I was like, I can't put myself. It's just, I don't have the self confidence for that. So when I was like, oh, I can make myself look how I want to, and it doesn't have to be anything realistic, because I mean, with VTubers, I'm an alien, man. I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, I want to do this.
yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, and we're actually like I feel like we're in the boom of VTubing. VTubers has been a thing for quite a while. It could really, really shock you when you actually go look into it. But I feel like now, and maybe COVID was one of the things that just helped, but now
Mm.
it's really, really popping off. And I'm so happy. If I love this, and I'm so happy that we're part of this. We're not like late to the party, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like because for the longest time, everyone said, I think that's another reason why like I wasn't like I want to do flash tubing. It's because everyone always said if you didn't start YouTube in 2012, there's no way you were gonna make it now
Yeah,
because everyone's already established.
but I feel like that's also just not true at all, you know?
Oh no, not at all.
No, no, not true. Like,
But
isn't it the
it's a big
opposite?
thing that turned people off.
No, but like, isn't it the opposite? It's like it's because someone was able to do it, you could do it.
Mm.
You know, there's a little story I really enjoy. I'm gonna invent some like units because I don't know the exact units, but the you know there's this the race of a 100-meter race, right? The 100-meter dash, and it's
Yeah.
like the record was like I think the record was like 5 seconds. Let's just say 5 seconds because I might you know I might be wrong. So for years and years, you know, people thought, well, 5 seconds is the limit of the human body. We cannot go faster. Then one day, someone, a very specific person, beat the record. He did it in 4 seconds, something, right? Then what happened after that is another one broke it, and another one, and another one. And it's like,
Yeah.
what happened? Nothing changed. But the only thing that did change was the knowledge. Now we knew it was possible. Now we knew we could do it, you know? So I feel like if you have a dream, and it's especially if it's something that exists, like I want to be a firefighter or I want to be a teacher, like look, there are already people doing it. There's no reason why they can do it, but not you.
Mm.
Follow your dreams, do it for yourself. You got this. You got this.
No, totally. There really is this big thing. Um, like everyone's like, oh, you have to. I can't do it. It's already all been done, right? But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hmm.
Do you know Panic at the Disco?
Yes.
So he has this song as like oh man, I don't remember. I don't even remember the name, but I'm
Could
such a big fan
you
of him.
could you sing it a bit?
I cannot sing. You will not get that out of
No,
me.
no, a little bit like a. Is it?
Uh, it's got high hopes. High hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. That
Oh,
type
okay.
of
Oh,
song.
wait, wait. Oh, is it that song? Oh, no, okay, okay,
Mm.
no. Oh, okay, okay.
And that song really motivated me for a lot of things in my life because I was like, you do have to have high hopes for a living. And there's a line in the song that says like, everyone says it's already all been done, but they haven't seen the best of it yet.
Hmm.
So, you know, that's the idea. That's like that you can always be the next best, you know, like even if you think, oh, it's already been done,
Yeah, yeah,
they haven't seen your best yet, you know?
yeah. And the other thing, and this I've seen this. I have a friend who had a dream that wasn't. It was really uh, it was unorthodox. It wasn't something like, oh, I want to be a firefighter. I don't know. My brain always goes to that one. It's like the easiest
I've
one.
noticed.
Yeah, like, hey kid, what do you want to be when you grow? Oh, I won't be a firefighter. You know. It's, but like my friend gave himself, well, not gave himself. He decided on a dream that was very very like unique. He was like, I want to be the best poker player in the world. And the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
is, like, it doesn't matter if it's never been done before. You could be the first one.
Mm,
Could you imagine the first
exactly.
person who was like, I want to have a career on YouTube? Like, people laughed at him. But look at today, it's an
Yeah.
actual thing.
I think there's actually like a thing where like there's a big percentage of kids these days when you ask them what they want to do when they grow up, they say they want to become YouTubers.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's because,
um,
you know, I guess they're born with this, you know, they have the iPad and when they when they arrive.
yeah, like out of the womb, they're like, here you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the slide to unlock, okay. So, when it comes to your streaming, your
Yes.
streaming career, I like saying career because it's like it's such a serious word, you know.
Streaming career. I
Your
know, it's like what do you call it?
career,
Journey,
your
career,
journey,
adventure.
your hobby,
Yeah, hobby, I
your
mean,
little. So, do you have any? Do you have any goals, like any like long-term goals?
uh, so, mm, I mean, currently, I don't know if you'd call it a long-term goal. Like, I don't want to be like sound like with currently I want to hit affiliate, right? I think my
Hmm.
long-term goal for most streamers would be to get partner eventually.
Yeah, let's go.
Um,
I thought you were gonna say like I want 30 followers onigashima, you know?
nah, dude, fuck it. I'm going for,
Let's
you know,
go.
I'm going all the way.
Yeah, but the thing, like, okay, I heard this line and it's so good. It's like, some people, some brave people will aim high and they won't miss. But the thing is like, and then we laugh at them, we laugh at them. But it's like, no, you know what's sadder is that the majority of us, we aim low and we hit.
Mm.
It's like, no, like, no, no, aim high and, like, at least try, aim high, you know? So, I'm happy that I'm happy you gave yourself like, yo, partner. Like, yeah, me too. Like,
Yeah, no, man, I'm going for that. As much as I want to say, like, obviously, I'm doing this for a hobby and because I'm fun, and I'm having fun, and I want to make friends, but that doesn't mean I don't want to be successful in it.
mhm.
That doesn't mean I'm putting in all this time and stuff
Yeah,
not
it's.
to try and get anywhere. By putting in time, it shows that I can. I want to be successful, you know?
I feel like there's this misconception on the VTuber world where if you do it for money, it's seen as a wrong thing. But and I
Yeah.
get that. I also get that. But the thing is like, um, yeah, like it's okay that making money is actually one of your goals because, let's be real, like, yeah, I'm doing this to eventually live off of this and also
Mm.
like quit my job and put this 40 hours into this, continue it because you like it. And that's the other thing, like you like it. It's not just
I
because
think
of money.
I think there shouldn't be a difference between like when you ask someone what do they want to do when they're older and you say, "Oh, I want to be a doctor." They're still going to earn money from it, right? Money, you need money to live. That's the reality of life. So why is it so wrong for someone to say, I want to be a doctor, and then we can ignore the money? But the moment you say, I want to be a VTuber for a living, then they're like, oh, it's just for the money.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
That doesn't take away from the fact that I like it.
yeah. Well, because I think the people, it's like the doctor, the first thing that comes to their mind is like you're saving lives, you're a hero. But I get it. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
let's say you have a little part-time job, summer job, and you ask people why are they here, and one guy's like is just like, oh, I just love this place. Another one says, oh, I live really close. Another one says, I don't know, I have nothing to do. But then one person says for money, and I think that's what the
Mm.
people imagine. Like I guess they just assume you're here for the money, and only the
Yeah.
money, and nothing but the money.
Yeah, that is. But I mean, that doesn't mean there aren't people like that. There are definitely people in every type of career and hobby in life
Hmm.
that is like they want to do it for the money in a greedy sense of
Yeah,
ways.
yeah,
That where it's like they don't really have a passion and
yeah. Hmm.
care for the entertainment, I guess. But and in every situation and everything you do in life, there is you're gonna find every type of person in every situation. So there's no I don't know I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna find it everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's I get it, I get it. So, okay, so basically your goal for now would be
Mm.
like Twitch partner, right?
Yeah, that's my long term goal.
Oh, nice, nice. Is there any other thing, big or small, that comes to mind?
Well, I mean, obviously, okay. Well, live 2D model, obviously, eventually that'd be lovely.
Yes.
That is another ultimate goal.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. Because currently, obviously, as you start later, or as someone who just started, your long term goals are a bit different than other people's long term goals. Because I first got to catch up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, like I said, live 2D model, partner, and just, I don't know, just I really, really enjoy collabing. I've only had like this is only my second collab, but my interactions I've had with people is so much fun that I just want to keep doing this, man. This is so much fun. I just want to
Mm.
keep making friends and having different people to collab and hang out with and
Oh,
such like that.
man. I don't my aw button is not ready. Aw. Oh, that's so wholesome. But yes, I'm really happy that you enjoy this. You know, you jumped into this, and you know, you might have like kind of looked left and right, be like, I don't like this. You know,
What is this?
what is this? So okay, okay, I have then
I
I
broke
have
my neck by accident.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. I have another question. I don't know if this is actually gonna be if it's gonna work for you. Well, there's one way to find out. Are
Only one way to
they
find it.
are there any VTubers that you look up to?
Oh. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna expose myself here. Um. So one of the first VTubers I watched. So how I found out about VTubers was like Hololive. I enjoyed their content, but there's something more appealing about smaller streamers as well. Plus, I don't know, they stream at very odd hours for me, so I couldn't really watch them. So I started watching like random people on Twitch,
Oh,
and
drop the names, drop the T.
so I started watching someone called Bub Shoku. She played Genshin and she plays Apex as well. She just had a very chill vibe. She was just someone to hang out with.
Hmm.
I really don't watch her all that much. I haven't like recently. I don't really know what's going on with her. She was just one of the first people I watched, and I was like, I like how relaxing it is to be with her, and that's one of the things I was like, I want to create that. Like, I just want like as if it's hanging out with a friend. So you could say I look up to her. Currently, Leah Kitties. Leah Kitties. She is a cat VTuber, cat girl VTuber, with a bit of a trope going on, which would a lot of times be seen as weird, but she is a lovely girl. She is very lovely, and she also plays Genshin, and I look up to her in the sense that seeing her as well be successful, and starting with the way she did as well, and she's very interactive and fun, and with her chat, just friends. Shy Lily, of course, as well, because she's a very successful indie VTuber.
Yeah,
I think she is a very big inspiration for a lot of indie VTubers, especially because she also started with like a Void model and stuff.
oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
And ever since so before I became friends with Tofu and you, I saw Tofu on Twitter, and I saw she started as a PNG model and then as a Void, and now she has like 2D. And I actually sent her a message like a few weeks ago, a week or two ago. I was like, look, I don't know how to tell you this, but you were a pretty big inspiration for me to see. She went from, being a PNG tuber, and like my first 2 or 3 streams, I was one, to Void, and she was able to get live 2D. And you as well, like, as I learned. So I guess I look up to just people in general, like other VTubers who started off small and simple and were able to grow,
Hmm.
and see them still going.
Oh yes. It's I know I've said this, probably said this to you like off stream, but like I'll say this to the people listening. Beautiful Live 2D, $4,000 models, and amazing overlays, the moving just starting soon screen, stuff like that. All of that, it's really nice. But at the same time, it's aesthetics, and it's only wind in your sail. The real thing that will row your boat forward is gonna be you, because you know you could have someone who has all these amazing things, but I'm sorry if they're if they're boring, they're boring, you know.
Yeah, it's like, what do you say, like assets and all that type of
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like
yeah.
two models and stuff. Those are simply oh man, I heard the word. They're simply like, they're just aesthetics, as you said. They're
Hmm.
simply add-ons. They are not what makes a good stream. There was a word I had, but I forgot. So never mind.
Yeah, it'll pop up. It'll pop back up at some point. But it's true. I've seen the opposite as well. People with I'm sorry, like the worst models, but it's so bad that it's funny. Like it's drawn with like the person's non-dominant hand. on paint, and that's all she had for. And like I forgot the name. I have to find her again. And she's like today she's like Twitch partner with the same model. I'm like, no way, that's crazy. Oh yeah. So but yeah, the thing anyone could grow. Like I feel like anyone can grow as long as you strive for growth. If as long as
Yeah,
you never decide that you're comfortable with, your average of X viewers. And I feel like saying the same goes for real life. Don't, don't always strive for greatness. You don't need to shoot for the moon, but just always bigger, better, become a better, wouldn't that be cool? And instead of just asking yourself, oh, that would be cool, wouldn't that be cool? Like, do it. And at the end of it all, you'll have an amazing story to tell the people.
absolutely.
So, okay, so you started, so you basically you also started like kind of like with Hololive. That's what we were saying earlier, right?
Yeah, I think that's what most people were like
Yeah,
came to know what VTubing is in the first place.
yeah,
Like,
and but it's so interesting. It's like some people won't know what a VTuber are, but I'm pretty sure they'll know, like they'll see Gura. Oh yeah, like the same thing. Like I loved Gura and Ina's character design, and I was like, I don't know where they come from. They look sick. And
I thought they
then
were anime.
exactly, me too. I'm like, I gotta find the anime. The girl shark and the other girl with the tentacles. I don't know if they come
Yeah,
from the same anime. And when I learned that they were streamers, I
yeah.
remember back then my image of streamers was kind of like different, and I was like this amazing character design just to play Minecraft. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? But still, like, so that's how I decided to like I actually I tried it out. I'm like, oh, let's see what all the fuss is about. And I'm like, yo, this
Yeah,
is this is fun. This is it's
yeah.
fun.
Like I don't know how to describe why I started streaming. I was just like, yeah, let's just try it. Let's screw it. Like
Hmm.
for me, I just thought about it, and when I realized I was interested in it, I was like, you know what, might as well, uh, entertain the hobby. And then I started getting really interested, and I had fun with all the art and setting everything up and such. So I was just like, yeah, okay, let's just try it. And I was like, wait, this is fun. Let's keep going. That's about it.
Yeah, but I also feel like you were made for this, the way you speak to chat, the way, like let's be real, no matter how good we are, when chat is dead, it's like okay, you just deep breath. It's okay, they're lurking.
Yeah, yeah, like it's like I'm sure everything's fine. It's not me. I'm not the issue.
Yeah. No, but like I was watching your stream, right? And I was chatting whenever I had something to say. I wasn't forcing myself, but I had stuff to do. I mean, I might as well say it. You guys see the background? That's my place. I couldn't find a good background, so I was preparing this stream actually. So I'm gonna show you this is my place, and the thing is, because by taking this picture, I had to find the right angle. I had to move away all the furniture and everything, and but I kept listening to your stream, and I was like, she's still going, like it's
Yeah, she's still
good.
fucking speaking to herself.
No, no,
She's still
no.
talking. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I was like, yo, good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I just talk to myself a lot.
Hmm.
I always have, always will. It's become like a real concern for me. Like I'll be like walking through my house and
It's
like
a
I'll be
real
going on my way
concern.
to the bathroom and I'm like,
Check this out, chat.
yeah, I'm like talking to myself. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna quickly do this. Or I'm like thinking about something that upset me. Or I'm like thinking about Genshin. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll do this and then I'll start farming that and then do this. And then as I come out the bathroom, or like I'm going into the hallway and I see someone's there, and I was like, oh my god, was I saying that out loud? It's like I sound crazy,
Yeah.
but
No, but
yeah, yeah.
so you want to know? Okay,
Mm,
okay, when I thought about maybe starting to stream, and never as a VTuber, but that's a whole different story. But when I started thinking about streaming, because I watched Hololive and I just said that looks fun, but I don't want to be part of the audience forever. I want to
Mm.
be the guy who like, I'm the clown in the middle. Um, I was thinking about like, could I do it? And I started talking to myself more than usually, but to myself. I was talking to an audience, whatever I was doing around the house. And I was like, that's honestly how I kind of like practice a little bit. Not that I feel like I
Mm-mm.
needed practice, you know?
I think same like before, like when I started deciding I wanted to stream. Like I already spoke to myself a lot, like I said, but I
Mhm.
kind of got to this point where I was like, okay, I need to practice as I'm like playing the game to explain what I'm doing and not just make noises. Because I tend to like when I get overwhelmed, I just go oh oh. I just make noises. Like I just make noises. And I was like, I need to start explaining. So I would like for I actually set up my Twitter account and everything in October because I was gonna start streaming, and then I started like hesitating. So during like for like a month, I would like make sure to kind of practice like while playing games. I was like, okay, Ali, we are doing this and that because this and this. But I am luckily a quite strongly opinionated person already, and I know people don't always want to hear everyone's opinions. Like if you're just in a passerby conversation, they don't care what you think about Genshin's grass texture. So I talked to myself about it.
Mhm.
And luckily now I can talk to it about the void, and some people will be like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Yeah. But oh my God, but that's really interesting, and I mean, it just shows how much you thought about all this. You were practicing even before, and
So yeah.
and like before streaming, I played what was it, Fall Guys, and
Oh yeah.
I decided to record little bits and pieces. So Fall Guys was really easy. Every time, as soon as I would fall, I would end the recording. It would always give me these little 2, 3 minute recordings, and I
Mm,
would listen to myself because I needed to listen to, is the mic okay?
yeah.
Back then it was like on the table, so where do I place it? Stuff like that. And then I realized I needed to really practice speaking. So what I would do, I would say stuff like, "Oh yeah, this reminds me of the," and I just continue the thing in my head, and then I start laughing, and I'm like, "Oh no, I got
Like,
it."
haha, I'm kind of funny.
Yeah. So that's one thing I had to actively practice was just say your whole sentence. Even if I understand it, Chad doesn't. They don't know what I'm gonna. So that was really something
Yeah.
interesting.
Like I was saying, like you have to like kind of explain everything that's going on in your brain, and that's something I had to practice for that month before I started streaming, the October. I was setting up wanting to stream, and I have a YouTube channel and stuff, and a
Oh.
TikTok. So I did what you did. Like I would, like, if something happened in my game that I thought was funny, I tried making more of an effort while playing, of making commentary, and then
Yeah.
I would clip that stuff and upload it as shorts on TikTok or on YouTube as a way to practice,
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
talking to myself.
So could those little YouTube videos still be found today?
Yes, my channel is still up. I do have it linked actually in my Twitch, like both my
Oh, the
TikTok and my
Twitch.
YouTube. I
Okay,
haven't
okay.
touched them in a while though. I want to now that I start streaming, I want to start going through my VODs and clipping them and posting that and stuff, or make some other stuff. I'm just nervous about so there's a few Valorant clips on there because I actually play Valorant as well, but I haven't played it on stream because I'm bad. That's why I only upload the clips where I'm good at.
Yeah, like that's all that people see, like, whoa, whoa, that's amazing. But yes,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
okay, okay. So on your Twitch, oh, that's interesting. Okay, 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 okay. We got some good info here. So I know you just started, but
Yes.
what is, up to now, the best thing about being a VTuber?
Ooh. Ooh. I man, I okay.
Like,
In
yeah,
a
to you, or like streaming, all of this, your
yeah.
career.
in a physical sense, like it's nice that I can dress myself up the way I want to, and I can change it, and like I said, you can be whoever you want. I like that I am someone that speaks a lot, and now I have the space to speak for 2 hours straight without bothering anyone. like, like my boyfriend can't be like, okay, okay, Ali, let's change the topic. It's been 2 hours.
The grass texture, please stop it.
Yes, it's like, come on, Ali. What do you want for dinner? I'm like, no, you must
You
understand.
must understand, listen to me.
Exactly. So that's been nice, but in like a emotional setting, like a social setting, it is absolutely crazy what it has done for my mental health. It has made me so much more confident in so many things. Like when I went out with my friends recently, I had this thing in my brain where I was like, but these people like me, just as like you and Tofu that I met and the people who stay in my chat. They can leave if they want to, but they don't because they like me. I don't know. It's very stupid,
No, no.
but it took a lot of my like insecurities away about like, oh, do they like me? Do they not? And it was this realization of, dude, they could leave if they wanted to. They're here because they like me. Um, like, why do I overthink what my friends think of me? And I started being more self confident in who I am and like my personality. And I was, I didn't have much of a schedule in my life. And I was like, okay, now I wake up early, I get coffee, I eat breakfast. I never, ever, ever, ever ate breakfast or lunch. I only ate dinner. Um, and suddenly I was like, look, it's important to eat something before I stream because it keeps me happy and in a good mood, and it's good for
Yeah.
me. Um, it's totally like just I don't know, given this structure to my life and made me be like get my shit together. And I've always been someone that really quickly dropped hobbies if I wasn't good at it. Like that's a bad trait of mine. I'd just be like, nah, I'm not good at. I tried to crochet at some point, and I was like, nah, I'm not good at it, so I'm ditching it. But with streaming, it feels like you and Tofu and the people in my chat and the viewers who return, they're my friends. I can't just leave. I can't just leave. You don't ditch your friends. So it's solely just like I don't know, gotten my life together for me and given me so much more self confidence and like my mental health and just been like, Ali, wake up, look at things objectively. Your insecurities aren't that deep, man. I don't know.
But that's absolutely amazing. I did not expect such an elaborate answer. I mean, that's like my heart was melting. Like, oh, that's so cute.
I think
Usually, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
I think a big thing is I don't always see Ali as me. And when I watch back my VODs, it's not like, oh my god, I'm so cringy. I look at Ali. I look at my little avatar playing games. I'm like, oh, she looks so much fun to hang out with. Like, I start, I start liking myself.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not that bad. Look at me. Like, my jokes are kind of bad, but that doesn't make me bad. You know. Um. So yeah, that it just kind of like separate me from everything, so I could look at myself objectively and be like, wait a minute.
But that's so great to hear like that streaming and becoming a VTuber like it had such a positive effect on you. And then you talked
Mm.
about like you're eating breakfast because you have to have the energy to be there for the people you care about, your chat. And that's so amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't expecting streaming and VTubing to have this impact on me and change my life this much.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's amazing.
Wow, I think it's pretty amazing too. I'm glad I decided to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I once again, it's still the beginning, but it's
Of
hard.
course.
It's not like, I look at you and I would have imagined that you knew from the beginning you were made for this, and you just naturally you came here because you belonged here. But I
Oh,
I would never thought like, oh, you didn't know what it was, or you weren't sure at first.
oh
And
yeah.
yeah, but here you are. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Speaking of here you are, if you could
Mm.
travel around the world, anywhere for vacation,
Ooh.
let's just say it's on the house, right? Where would you like to go?
Dude, where do you think every person that pretends to be an anime person online wants to go? I want
Okay.
to go to Japan. I want to go to
Japan.
Japan.
Let's go. Let's go together. Let's
I want to go to Japan,
let's make
Sweden,
the yeah.
Europe,
Let's
Austria, France. I just want to travel.
let's make the biggest massive VTuber collaboration ever. We all
Oh my god.
travel. And
Yeah.
for sure we're gonna like drop a couple of VTubers here, here and there. We're gonna lose some people. Oh well, it's okay. It's
It's
okay.
alright.
They graduated. Whoops.
Oops, fell out of the plane.
Well, okay, I mean. Oh, okay, so but let's say okay, what would be so would Japan be your first choice? I feel like it would, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular in Japan or you're just Japan in general?
Um.
Akihabara?
mm, Yeah. Okay. I really want to go to Osaka as well.
Osaka.
But the, the thing is, like, obviously, I really like Japan. I actually used to want to go study abroad there after school.
Oh.
So big fan of Japan. Japan, very cool. I like some of the rural Japan. I like. You know what's cool about Japan is bullet trains. You can be like kind of still in a nice chill area and then quickly be able to travel to where stuff is busy.
Yeah.
So I don't know because the thing is, me me and my boyfriend really want to go visit there one day. So I think our idea would be like a road trip kind of
Ro
coupley thing, you know. So it's not like one place specific. I really want to go to one of the Pokemon centers. I really want to go to there.
yo, those look amazing.
I know, right?
So it's amazing. But yeah, oh my God. So I does that mean I'm gonna relate the subject to another question I had. Um,
Yeah.
does that mean like would you be interested in the Japanese language? To learning it?
I actually, when I was younger, I did start learning it. I started learning it when, like, very young. Not very young, but like middle school. I started learning it because as a proper weeb, you have to.
Yeah.
And I started learning it. I kind of ditched it after a while. I even had like a point where I was like writing these things down and stuff. But it got difficult after a while when you don't have the proper resources, and I just kind of ditched it. And then I started learning Swedish for a while. And then I was like, yeah, I should probably start learning Japanese again, but now I've forgotten everything.
Yeah, it's I feel like it could be like when you go to the gym, right? Maybe if you get like a learning partner, that could really be
Exactly.
easier. If you feel like giving up, but seeing them continuing, you don't want to give up, and vice versa.
Exactly. No, totally. I do think that, like, I would definitely want to pick it up again. Because, sorry to keep bringing up my boyfriend. He also wants to learn it and we'd like to go.
That's okay.
So we really want to, like, try and learn it together
Hmm.
because it really does help, like you said, to keep a partner.
Yes.
They keep you accountable towards it. They're like, hey, have you done your lessons? And you're like, oh no. Especially with like Duolingo, because it gets like competitive.
Yeah, like that's all I use for now.
Mm,
But yeah, it's hard. Like I should kind of like jump into the kanji, and I did for a while in another game, and then I for well, you know how you like you don't play for one day, and then the days become weeks, and the weeks become months.
exactly.
So the last time
It's
I jumped back, I was like, I forgot everything. Oh no.
exactly. And then you don't want to restart everything because it's so much work, and you're like, ugh. Um, and like it's difficult because like Duolingo is good, but it doesn't have like everything that you need, and there aren't any apps really that have everything that you need. So it's
It's hard.
difficult. It is quite actually difficult to get access towards this information.
Yeah, I really feel like the best way to learn. It's just like if you're lucky enough to have classes in either college or university, because there
Exactly.
you have a teacher being like, this is the homework. Do this for next week, and you have no choice, or you fail.
Mm. Which is ironic because I have a certificate in teaching English as a foreign language. So I
Oh.
should be able to hold myself up to the same stuff, as someone that
Hmm.
is qualified to teach something, to teach a foreign language. But I can't do it for myself. I can't be like, all right, Ali, here's your homework.
Oh yeah, it's discipline. I mean, you could. It's just you'll have, you got to learn it. It's discipline.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I don't have time for that.
So when it comes to languages, what languages can you speak?
So I'm fluent in English, obviously, and I am fluent in Afrikaans, which is one of South Africa's native languages. I believe we have 11 languages, official languages for, I think it's for South Africa or Africa in total, but we have 11 official languages. Afrikaans is one of them. One of the bigger ones is like Xhosa or Zulu, like the traditional tribe languages, which do get taught in schools quite often. My school did not teach it to me though, so I cannot speak Xhosa or Zulu or isiXhosa or whatever. There's very very different variations.
Hmm.
I can speak Afrikaans, which is one of the more common ones. It's quite close to Dutch, um, so it's like ik and ak and stuff like that. So that's the only English and Afrikaans really. It's kind of weird that I can speak English in my family because no one in our family spoke English to me as a kid. We were all very, mother tongue traditional.
Hmm.
Um, I just kind of taught myself until I moved to a different part of the country and met more English people, and
And then you
then
just
I
practice
only
it.
spoke English.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh my God. It's, the younger you are, the easier you will learn a language.
Oh my god, definitely. Like if I had to learn English like now from scratch, there's no way I could do it. There's no way.
Well, no, like sometimes I wish I had I don't know, enough money so I could like feed myself, and I would just like throw myself in the middle of Japan. Just be like, okay,
Mm,
just like I know the thing is like you have no choice. 12 months later you're gonna come back and it's gonna be different. You will learn things because you have just no choice.
yeah, literally, it's just like throw you in the deep end. All right, good
Yeah.
good luck, buddy. Pick it up.
Something like that happened to me. We grew up with French, and
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
my parents didn't even like teach me English despite my dad knowing English. They never made me watch English movies or television. They just they went full cold turkey. They threw me in the English school.
Oh wow.
And I don't remember how I eventually I learned it. I don't remember how. I know I remember I struggled. It was really really hard, but yeah, I learned it, and so yeah, for like I feel like something that helps is like you add those mediums to your daily lives, anime,
Mm.
movies, songs, just to at least
Yeah,
hear
like
it. Hmm.
yeah, just to hear it. Like as a kid, right? Like I said, my parents they didn't speak English to me. They couldn't really speak English,
Hmm.
and the only English we had were like television, obviously, and like movies because everything is in English. Um, but there wasn't English in our school. I just picked it up from TV. Literally, I just picked it up from TV. And then I started reading books, and the first few books I read was Afrikaans, and I was like, "Wow, these books are trash." And I was like, "I want an interesting story," and somehow I don't know how I was just able to read English. I don't remember learning this shit. I can just speak it and read it. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
That's the wonders of being a child.
The alien brain has no limits.
Yeah,
Oh my God. That's
I just
amazing.
imported.
So can I ask you,
Mm.
could you teach me something simple in
Afrikaans.
in Afrikaans? Yes, and in return, I will teach you those same things in French. And I'm thinking of something very simple like hello, how are you doing, or how are you?
Okay. So hello stays hello.
Oh, nice. Okay, I got this down, guys. Okay,
Hello stays hello.
hello.
Um,
Oh God, here we go.
or
Yeah.
if you really want to be like, if you want to be like one of those ladies, you can be like, hi, dog.
Wait.
Hi, like
Hi,
hi, hello, hi,
hi.
dog.
Like,
But I can't say R. I can't say the letter R.
is it like DAWR? Dar?
DAAR.
Okay, dar. Hi, dar, and
Ah,
that's hello, right?
no, that says hello there.
Oh, okay. Hello there.
Hello there. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hi.
how are you? Would be who?
Ooh.
Gaan dit met jou?
Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I We're gonna take a little break from the show because we've got rated. Yes. Now you guys might not see it, but the doors in the back just opened wide, and Tofu just she came
Hello,
swagging in
tofu.
with her
Raid.
yeah her audience. Thank you so much, Tofu, for bringing your audience here and the audience, everybody. Welcome. Now you're part of history
Hello.
because
Welcome, guys.
because today is the very first episode of A Rising Star. And this is like it's like my little talk show, huh? And here we have well, a rising star. It's Ali, Alien. I don't know how they should call you anymore. Ali Shenanigans.
Me neither, bro.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, I made a little meme, but I kept it to myself. I never posted it. And it's like, you know that meme of the guy that sits in the corner and the guys are dancing and they're like, oh, they don't
Yeah.
know X. So it's like, oh, everyone's like calling me Ali Shenanigans. Oh, collab with Ali Shenanigans. And I'm sitting in the corner like no one knows. My name is Alien
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
But I
Exactly.
like the nickname Ali. I like it. It just kind of grew and it's stuck and I like it a lot. I think it's cute.
Yeah, and it's also like in the name Alien, because if it wouldn't be, that would have
Exactly.
been funny.
Yeah, no, I like it. It fits perfectly. Sophie
Mhm.
suggested to me, I was like, yeah, wait, she's so smart.
So Tofu's like your mom.
Yeah, totally, she is.
I would like to say, all right, thank you so much, Tofu. But go eat, go sleep, go do all your cat stuff, and thanks so much for bringing your
Hope
audience
you feel
here.
better soon, Tofu.
Hmm. Oh no, what? Okay. All right. G goodbye, Tofu. I'll see you around.
Um, the thing about languages is I really want to, learn others, but um, there's a very big issue. There's a very big hindrance,
Hmm.
um, which is a big thing where I was actually afraid to start streaming. I cannot pronounce the letter R.
R, R,
R.
R. Can you
R.
like roll your R's? Like
No,
arigato,
arigato.
arigato. I mean,
I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't go either. It just sounds like that.
I mean, you just did it. You just did it. I can't.
Yeah, but then I have to like arigato. I can't say it normally.
Arigato.
It's a very big issue for me. So that's the issue of languages,
Hmm.
especially like something with French and stuff, where it has all the noises.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
Like French is like an R, but like in the back of the throat, I'd say.
yeah.
Like fromage.
Fromage.
Fromage. So
Oh
how
my
how how
god.
do you how do you do your R's? Like it's just is it like a pirate like R, you know?
Yeah, I just got her.
R. Oh,
The
okay.
lucky thing about English is the R's don't tend to be that visible or
Yeah.
like audible.
Hmm.
It just kind of blends away. So unfried rice.
Whoa,
Um,
let's go.
you know, Morningstar.
Yeah.
Like you can't hear it.
Yeah,
Uh,
because it's like in the back of the throat, but it's like just it's like a soft one. like the air
yeah,
goes like R, you know? Well, not
I
not
can
even
kind of just
R.
omit it.
Hmm. Like you could, yeah,
But
you could take it off. Morningstar.
yeah, Morningstar. I
Morningstar.
don't say the R when I say your name. I just go Morningstar. And like Clive said down in the chat, is the Afrikaans has a lot of R's in it. So it's like
But rolled
I don't
R's?
yeah, something like that. Like you just say it's very prominent in it. Um, I can't even think of a sentence now, dude. I don't even speak that much Afrikaans anymore.
Oh
I mean,
no.
if you listen to the word Afrikaans, like
Afri. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Afri. Is it Afri?
Mhm.
Afrikaans? Yeah, with the rolling R.
Afrikaans,
Afrikaans. Oh.
Afrikaans. Um, yep.
So,
I was teaching you something.
yeah, so could you say like the whole thing, which is how are you doing? Or how
Okay.
are you today? Or something like that. I forgot.
Okay. So let's go. How are you? Or hoe gaan dit met jou? And yeah, how are you? And how's it going? Or whatever. What's the other thing you said?
Well, it was whatever which one you wanted.
Yeah, how are you is just hoe gaan dit met jou?
Oh my God. I hear it, but I don't understand it. Umhamambra. I mean, don't cancel me, please. All the Afrikaans brothers in the chat.
Yeah, oh my god, you have no idea how appropriate it is to call them your brothers. Like Afrikaans, we have such a big like bro culture. Like,
Bro, yeah, yeah. Like I
hi is my broeder.
my
Hi
bro.
is my chummy.
Yeah, so it's not like here, like I bro. Actually, bro just sounds like a friend, you know?
Yeah, like I don't know, like bro. It's like everyone's your fucking friend in Africa, dude. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
he is my bro, but it's like I don't know how to explain. So hoe gaan dit is hoe
Who?
gaan.
Han? Like Han?
Yeah, gaan. You could lengthen the a sound.
Okay, okay,
Gaan
okay,
dit
okay. So that.
met
Oh, it's not over. Met
jou,
jou, jou.
like yogurt.
Okay, jou, jou.
Hoe gaan dit met jou?
Oh, damn. I wrote it in chat if people wanna. It's not the right grammar, by the way.
Oh, you say it with a G.
Did you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou?
Wait, which word is that? The second one, right? Got Han?
Yeah,
Who?
there we
Who
go.
Han? But I feel like, oh my God, it got me. Let me.
My message got auto-modded.
Because of the first word.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh my
So, hoe
God.
gaan dit met jou?
Okay, okay. This is for a very specific reason. Could you say it one more time?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou?
Okay, now can you say it like normally, like if you would say it to someone?
Okay, I'm gonna address it to you. I'm
Okay.
gonna add one extra word. I'm just gonna say like today.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna be fancy. Like instead of saying hello, I'm gonna say good day.
Oh,
Goeiedag, Morningstar. Hoe gaan het met jou vandaag?
all right. Thank you very much. There is a specific reason for that. You'll understand very, very soon in another stream. Some people will probably understand what I'm doing. You know. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. So, who handed mit it's the last one, like yo, like the yogurt thing. Yo, yo,
Yeah, like yo.
yo. It's like yogurt. Yo,
That's like how you would pronounce it, I guess.
yeah. But the second one is not a H. It's a G. Huhan.
It's a G. Gaan.
Okay. Huhan.
Gaan.
Huhan dit met
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Hoe gaan het? Hoe gaan het met jou? Ah, no, not the jou, yeah. Ah.
Yeah, yo,
Jou, oh, jou. Oh, okay.
yo, like a yo-yo.
Oh my God, it's so hard. It's like I'm practicing a song, but like I'm trying to hoe gaan het met jou, you know? Hoe gaan het met jou? Oh my God.
You got it though. You got it. You got it.
And a little funny story, not too long ago, I asked a friend who actually it's VC. VC was streaming. She speaks Chinese, tofu as well. So
Mm.
I asked VC how to say in Chinese, how are you doing? Because I feel like after hello, that's the next thing you want to know. You know, like how are you doing? I feel. So that's always the question I ask people. And then Tofu just writes in the chat something in Chinese. And I'm like, okay, 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 okay. And VC's like, yeah, yeah, that's how you say it. And like for weeks and weeks, I've just been going around saying my mom is bald.
No.
And then, and then like during a stream, Tofu's like, okay, I gotta confess something to you.
Oh
So
no. Oh my
so,
god.
so I always thought she was laughing because of my pronunciation, but now I understand she
She's
was
trolling you.
yeah, like I've been playing Among Us in real life all this time. Like I got betrayed.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Brutal.
All right, are you ready for the
Yes.
French?
French.
Yes. Okay. So hello would be. Do you want like a casual or the the textbook the one that's like
Casual. I gave you casual. Don't go brutal on me.
no but, okay because in English casual is like hi how are ya, but like textbook would be like good day to you sir, how are
How
you
are you
doing
doing?
today in this fancy lovely weather.
Yeah.
Wingardium Leviosa. Okay,
Oh
so
my god, Leviosa.
okay, so hello would be salut.
What?
It's
Salut.
yeah, so but it's just like
Salut.
how do you say lu? Lu? Yeah. Salut.
Salut.
Salut. Yeah. Salut.
Salut.
Salut. Like more
Salut.
like u than u, you know? I. I. Salut.
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 Yeah.
Salut. Sa
Hmm.
you.
Oh,
Oh,
I have an idea. Sal and then
salut.
like almost like like sal
Yeah,
salut.
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 Salut. Yeah.
Salut.
Uh
You know,
the,
that's a I don't know what you call it. Like that set of letters. That's one in Afrikaans as well. Like you say leeu for lion.
oh, liu.
So you.
So,
So you.
salut.
Salut.
Oh, there you go. That was perfect. Oh my God. Salut.
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 Okay.
Salut. And okay, the very, very casual one is ça va? Like like a question. Like you end up where you have an up talk. Ça va? You go up,
Ça va?
Ah, there. Oh my God. It's perfect. Salut. Ça va? This is hi. Are you okay? Like
Ça va?
ça va? Yeah, there. Oh my God. Well, that was better than, who,
Is that
how,
the full
that, met.
sentence?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what the fuck? French is easy, man. Easy. Easy
Yeah.
claps.
Well, yeah, French it's okay, but it's like when you start writing it, the grammar, it's so complicated. I don't know why.
For the longest time, I thought I had French blood because my brother told me as a kid that my grandfather was adopted and that his real parents were French. And I
Oh,
believed him.
I mean, why? No, as a kid, you're like, why
I
wouldn't I?
believed him until this year. Stop.
Oh.
Only this year did I find out he was lying to me. This entire time, I thought I had French blood. I do not. I
Oh.
am full Afrikaans.
Hey, we never know, We never know.
Yeah, maybe it goes back far enough in the genetic tree. That's why I'm so good. Ça va? Ça va?
Ça va? Yes, ça va. But yeah, that's a very casual it's almost like sup. Sup. So,
So
what's up? Oh my God. You still probably have French surname. Hmm.
yeah, my surname is of French origins.
Really?
Yeah,
Out
it is.
alien
South Af-
shenanigans? Let's
yeah.
go.
It's crazy, man. Like that's the thing about Afrikaans. We have quite a or Africa. There's a very very big mixture of different cultures, like all over the place. That's why we're called the Rainbow Nation.
Ah, I did not know that.
South Africa is called the Rainbow Nation, and our flag is also. I think it might be the flag in the world that has the most colors on it, because we have a lot of different cultures and nations in our country, actually. So we're called the Rainbow Nation.
Damn. I'm learning stuff. Like, whoa. Oh my God.
I know,
Um,
right?
so now I'm gonna shift to like kind of like a different other
Yeah, sorry, I
a
was stuck on this
little.
for very long.
Oh no, it's okay. Like it was worth it. Like like the suffering to go like through the who han that met Ao. It was worth going hearing you say like Sava. Like oh my,
So
like oh my.
I'm gonna use that now every time I see you. I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Star, Saba."
I mean I hope you do. I'll try. Who han that met yogurt.
Yeah.
Who
Ooh, haha.
who had that met yogurt yolk. Oh my God. Oh, we have someone who arrived late from Tofu's raid. Thank you so much, Kanko. I hope you're doing good.
Kind of cool.
Kaneko? Kaneko? You said I can't even read. I'm still like, who had met y'all?
You totally messed up, you know.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still going up in the chat just to read. Oh my God. Okay, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So the question I had for you is
Yes.
other than streaming, other than being like an amazing, talented VTuber, have you ever done anything, any other form of entertainment?
Um, a form of entertainment.
Hmm.
When I was really young, I took singing lessons and I performed a few times. Um, I was very young and I was a kid. Like kid performers, we're bad. We're actually bad.
But you
So
took
that's about
singing
it.
lessons. That's impressive.
Yeah, I was like 5, dude. So don't expect them to still be here. Um, I did singing lessons. I did drama and dance for a bit. Drama is like performance,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
acting performance, and I did a bit of dance. Like this was all like when I was really young. I did a lot of different hobbies as a kid,
My God.
and like in a high school, I I wouldn't say I was in entertainment, but I took a few like leadership positions where I kind of like tried to, obviously make funny joke and talk to people. But yeah, I don't think I was in any entertainment really. Nah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, those are kind of forms of entertainment. I didn't expect your list to be that big, you know?
Subjective.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's like
do.
it's like kinda.
uh, I mean, I do drama every day, but it's on Twitter. It's a different kind of drama. I had to go. I had to say it.
Oh my god! I mean, it counts, dude. It definitely does count. With the drama,
Nice.
does count.
Let's go. So now that we know the secret is out, the cat's out of the bag, you like you're kind of a weeb, right? Like like all of us.
Yeah. What's new? What a
Um,
surprise!
okay, so what would be now this might be a difficult question. And if
Oh,
it's too hard and it hurts your alien brain, once again you are allowed to decline. You're allowed to say no, no, I'm not going. I'm not putting myself through this. So the question is, what is your favorite anime or slash manga?
okay. Currently, really loving My Hero Academia. A lot of people are a bit not loving how it's progressing. I like it. I
Hmm.
haven't read the manga in quite a while, but I really like My Hero Academia. I really like Naruto, but that was like a couple years ago that I only watched it. Currently busy watching Bleach, with my boyfriend because he wants us to watch the new
Yeah,
Bleach.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so there's a Korean manga. I don't know if that counts. Called Solo Leveling. That's actually getting an anime adaptation now. Very excited for that. That was very good.
All right.
But I don't know if I have an all-time favorite, man. Like
I
Nichijou was pretty cool. That was like one of my first animes. And Lucky Star, dude. Lucky Star was pretty cute.
okay, because we talk about Lucky Star, I have to ask, are you one of those people who those people? I'm one of those people. Are you one of
I
those people who had such a hard time with like episode one, where
don't
they
remember what happens in episode
okay,
one.
episode one was kind of a slow start, and it's mostly that scene where they talk about how they eat the chocolate corn, you know? She has like a bread, a cone shape,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's just so long. It's a 20-minute episode, but yeah, it feels like 5 hours, and you're like, why am I here?
yeah. But I swear, so many animes, like people usually say, I think you should watch the first three episodes, and then you can decide if that anime is bad or not,
Oh
or
yeah,
like for you.
yeah, that's absolutely fair. It's the same thing as telling someone, read the book, but don't stop at 2 pages. Try to get 3 chapters in.
Yeah, because I feel like so many of animes, like first few episodes, it's just them trying to figure out what are they actually doing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. Lickstar was I feel like it got so much better as it progressed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was like my very first anime I watched, actually.
Oh my God. My first anime was so bad. Not that the anime was bad, but like for for a little innocent boy who's like, "Oh, I like the anime, I like the animation." And it was like I'm not of course obviously I'm not gonna count Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, like the things that we
Yeah.
already had here, right? But so my first anime was something called Elfen Lied.
I've heard of it. Isn't it
Uh,
like super gruesome?
it's very very bloody. Yeah, just very very bloody and very sad. Just it's so dark, so dark. That's and it was my first one. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's starting them off strong.
So yeah, you said Luckstar, Hero Academy, Naruto. Those are all amazing choices. Yeah, oh my God, Naruto. Naruto. I feel like the moment where now spoilers for people who are I don't know still reading Naruto. um, the moment where the story shifts a bit more to Sasuke and his
Yeah.
whole ordeal of I need to kill my brother because he's a big
Yes.
bad bully. He killed everybody. And then
Big bad
one
bully, as if he didn't kill his entire clan.
just a little bully, just a little
Just a little one.
like after school you're dead, literally. But the thing is, remember when it was revealed, this whole story, why he did that? You know, I feel like I was like that blew my mind. I had such an amazing, like a new, I had a new respect for the mangaka. I
Yeah, I
felt,
was like, this
yeah,
guy actually thought shit through. It's really good.
he thought about everything. And I felt like if you take Naruto out of the anime, there's still the same story. But if you take Sasuke out of the story, now it's not the same at all. And
Mm.
that is what blew my mind. It should have been called Sasuke.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't know, that was a good anime overall. I just like to binge it, like have fun with it. That's
Oh
just
yeah.
one of like those shows that I would like just kind of put on in the background every day.
And I mean, since we're on the Naruto subject, what's your opinion about Boruto?
Oh God, don't get me started. Don't get me
I'm
started.
I'm getting I'm getting you started. I'm getting you started.
No, I'm gonna get cancelled.
No, 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 it's okay. Hey, look, I mean, it's my show. My show's gonna get canceled.
I don't like Boruto. I think I think the franchise should have ended when Naruto ended.
Hmm. All right,
I
that's fair. That's fair.
I do not like Boruto. It should have ended. Look, what I'm saying is it looks I actually haven't really watched it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like trapping on it, but I haven't actually really watched it. But I've seen obviously some scenes of it, but I don't love it because I feel like they so drastically just suddenly made Naruto and Sasuke and everyone weak, as if everything they did and went through just didn't happen. And I don't like how I don't like Boruto's character a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
snotty little brat, you know?
yeah, he's a bit petty, but other ones that I understand, he's a character. He's just a kid, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like maybe if they made like a separate series, but there's something about it's as if they're trying to erase Naruto and just replace all of Naruto's great, amazing stuff that he did with Boruto. Everyone just forgot what he did, and I don't like that. I don't
Hmm.
like that at all.
There's one thing that
Naruto deserves more.
there's there's one thing that kind of like it was kind of weird to me. It's like how very in the beginning you could read the manga as it came out, but it's very, very slow. And I assume it's the same thing. It's like it's either bi-weekly or even like every 3 weeks you get one chapter. It's very slow. But so as you read the manga and you watch the anime, it's like two different things, you know? And then,
Oh yeah.
later on you understand what they're doing. It's like, let's say the manga starts with let's just say the Chunin exam, and then
Mm.
the anime, like I don't know, like I felt like 15 or 20 episodes in, they start talking about the Chunin exam. You're like,
Yeah.
so they'll finally do what the manga is doing. Like it's not you for a long time you thought it was like two different things, but they're actually just it's like they wanted like to save time, which is happens a lot,
Mm.
in the industry. Yeah. But that was weird to me. Like way in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I guess that there's two stories, I guess.
It's kind of like Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, really?
Did you watch Tokyo Ghoul?
No, but I don't mind spoilers. Go ahead.
It's not so much a spoiler. It's just the fact that, like, to let you know, kind of what happened is there's this big plot thing where suddenly he joins the enemy side. He joins the bad guys,
Hmm.
and there's just no explanation at all. He just does it. Turns out in the manga, there's an entire explanation, but after he joins the bad guys, like I said, there's no explanation. No, none of the viewers who didn't read the manga, we don't know what's going on. And suddenly, none of his actions are making sense, and he's like attacking things with the bad guys, but we don't know why. We don't know what their goal is. Like stuff was just happening. It's as if there was no
Hmm.
narration, and we were all just like, "What the hell?" And then later on, I found out now in the manga it's explained. But then they kind of like redid Tokyo Ghoul, and they were like, "Oh no, that was an alternate universe, guys," or something like that. I
Uh,
don't even fully remember. I dropped the anime pretty quickly. I was like, okay, nothing makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. There's one anime that's or rather a manga that's amazing. I haven't finished it because it was so long. I remember like way back when I was reading it, I was like up to date. It's Soul Eater, and everyone who
Ah,
is interested in that, I'm telling you, skip. I'm sorry, skip the anime because
I didn't watch her.
like of course the anime and the manga have the same beginning, but I don't know why the anime is like, oh we gotta keep it PG-5, and they turn it
Mm,
like it gets really, really like what's going on? What
that was
it's
a
yeah.
yeah, that was a pretty big issue with My Hero Academia as well, because I was reading the manga as the anime was coming out as well,
Hmm.
and there was a lot of scenes like now later in the anime, like a lot of stuff is going on where there would be some gore, and the mangaka did amazing work in how he drew it all, and then the anime just kind of like Like the quality was just low. And everyone was like, look, you understand if the quality is low in certain scenes, but in these like super intense battle scenes, can you not like show it as coolly as the mangaka did?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's like whatever.
Oh no. Okay, okay. At least the story's like the same.
Yeah, that's true.
So now we're still in the like the subject of like big fat weebs, because that's what we are here. It should be called Rising Weeb.
Oh my god, yeah,
Um,
literally.
have you ever cosplayed? And if so, which characters have you cosplayed?
I have not. I want to.
Oh, you you have to cosplay Ali Shenanigans.
Yeah, actually, I should. There's our nearby city does have like a lot of cities in like bigger cities in South Africa. They have I think we do have Comic Con as well as our own kind of version of Comic Con, and I have not gone. I remember when I met my boyfriend, he told me that he went the year before with his friends and they cosplayed. And I thought that's when I was like, oh my god, this guy's so cool. I was like, he cosplayed. I
Oh
was like,
my,
he'll cosplay with me one day.
oh shit.
And I don't know who. I think at this point, I really like Hell of a Boss right now. So I might want to like cosplay as like Millie, which is like one of the little demons that's in a couple and like with my boyfriend. I don't know. I just want to cosplay. I always wanted to cosplay Pikachu though, because you can't not want to cosplay Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any characters I would specifically cosplay. Mm,
What about I know you play Genshin, so is there something from Genshin without thinking about like how complicated it would be? Is there a
yeah.
character we would like to?
Yanfei. Yanfei. Yes, I've thought about
Oh,
cosplaying her before. I love Yanfei.
nice.
Her outfit is a bit revealing, but I love Yanfei, so I want to cosplay her.
Hmm. Yeah, so for the people out there, I know Ali has been saying quite a few times she's been talking about her boyfriend. And I think it's important to say like he is here, right here. So he's right here. He's on the table. He's been very, very nice.
Oh yeah,
So thank you so much for being here.
for being here.
Yeah, so if you enjoy your stay, you could shuffle around the table. Oh, 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 he's shuffling. All right, cool. But yes. So Yanfei, that's cool. Like I would like, I guess, Zhongli, but Zhongli is just a character, like his whole personality, everything is like I want to be everything he is, except the fact that he's poor, because I already have that down.
I got that, bro.
Yeah. Oh my
That
God.
part of the cosplay is done. Oh, I one time I went out shopping. I was just out in the mall with my boyfriend. I was in a fucking Lego store, dude.
And you
And I
saw,
ran into a hotel cosplayer.
whoa.
I got so excited to take pictures with her. I got goosebumps.
Oh my God.
I actually got goosebumps. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, look, a hotel cosplayer.
Yeah, and that's not bad. Like, in public, it's not such a bad cosplay. It's not like Monster
Mm.
Hunter, like the guy has just boots and this fur underwear with like the an overgrown sword.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God.
she was very friendly at least. Like, she took the picture of me in the Lego store.
Let's go. So I
I,
oh
no, I just want to say, I think it's cool that like the more people are like embracing cosplay and they're just like, yeah, screw it, I'll go to the mall and like cosplay.
oh yeah, like I wish like I love like RPG games. I don't know how to say this. Like let's say Final Fantasy, right?
Same.
And
Oh, same, 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 same.
the thing is I love these fantasy clothes that make no sense. You got extra zippers and extra belts. Why? Because it looks cool. It has no, like, Cloud has one sleeve, and it's not because he's cold on one side. It just looks so cool, you know?
Exactly.
And
No, I totally
sometimes,
agree with you.
and like every time I go to like an anime convention, I look around, I love this. Like, I wish the world was like this.
sometimes I'm like, I'd wear this like normally. Like, does this have to be a cosplay?
Yeah, like just like I just wish the world would be like this to understand I'm wearing clothes. It's not hurting anybody, and
Mm.
I'll do it. You know, that's life. I'm alive today. I'm gonna do it today. You know, and I've done some things like incredibly weebish things, and this is kind of like it's gonna be a relation to like a question that just popped in my head. But to be fair, for you, I'm gonna answer it before I'm gonna sacrifice myself. So basically, the question is like, what was maybe not the most, but like one of the like something really really weebish that you did, like something embarrassing. And
Oh, in
so,
high school, middle school. Oh, wait, yeah, no, you're talking first. You're talking first. Go. Sorry, sorry,
okay,
sorry.
no, it's okay. I just want to bite the bullet before, just so you feel a bit better.
Expose yourself
Yeah,
first.
yeah. So I did some. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like one thing, like it doesn't hurt anybody. It hurts just my pride. It hurts
Yeah,
my feelings as the me of the future, you know? But okay,
cringe.
the thing is, I used to have this mentality of I bought it, I'm gonna use it. And that there's a logic to that, right? But I was dumb. Okay, you know Naruto. Good. Okay. You know the
Mm.
Akatsuki. They look so
Oh
cool.
no, you did not.
I did. But no, it's a bit worse than you think. I bought the cloak, right? And
Yes.
we were in Chinatown and I was like, "Yo, I I'm gonna wear it." Why?
No,
But the thing is,
no.
I saw a guy with a huge camera on, and it was like on a tripod, and it looked like they were, sometimes they just wanna, whatever the show is, they just wanna take the people, and maybe they'll put it fast forward, They're just the people
Hmm.
walking, and whatever. I don't know why they were there, or even if maybe the show was about Chinatown, like this is Chinatown, and it's every day. This is a normal Tuesday, but I'm just there. Like everyone is dressed normally, except one guy, and it's just me, like in full Akatsuki. Well, full. It's just a cloak, right? Then I remember like I didn't care as a kid, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of proud of myself because I feel like as adults we get like more embarrassed about like we look
Mm.
around, we look over our shoulder. Is this socially acceptable? When it's like, nah, just do what you want. So I walked. Oh my God, I walked there like with the Akatsuki. Ah, oh my God.
Yeah, there are a few things that I like cringe at myself as a kid, but like you said, like I've kind of like looked at a lot of them and been like, you know what, I was just a kid, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But at least at least you didn't pretend to be a magical girl and yell spells at your friends.
Okay, wait. I gotta put my hands on the frog's ears so you can continue your story. Don't listen. Okay, but
I,
yeah, go
you
ahead.
know, Chinubio,
Sorry,
like the anime Chinubio.
Shinubio?
It's this one about a girl. She basically like thinks she has like magic powers because she's like dealing with trauma.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But I thought,
Chunibyo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, that's so cute and quirky. I was like, so like for like a good week, I like did that with my friends. I was like, haha, haha, magic spell. I was like, oh, why did I do that? Like I know I wasn't serious. I didn't really think I had like magical powers, but why
Yeah.
did I do that? Like,
In,
ah,
like the people are kind of, the crowd a bit further, like they're just whispering, like, look at those people, and then in your head you're like,
yeah,
jokes on you, I'm just pretending.
yeah, like, oh, they don't know. I'm just joking, and they're like, all right, Ellie.
But
Oh,
but
that was
like
bad.
no, but I mean, in your story, at least you did it with friends, huh?
Yeah,
At
we were
least.
like all like joking around, I guess. But I don't know. I was just like, I wasn't that bad a weeb, but I was just like, I don't know.
It's
I was
fu-
just a bit weird.
it's
Like in
fun.
high school, there weren't that many anime fans. So if you were an
Yeah.
anime fan, that was a bit weird. It was a bit cringe.
And also, like, I feel like if you were either the one who like showed it too much or you hid it. You were hiding it.
Exactly.
Why?
Oh, dude.
But it's crazy.
Because
Like, I remember like the anime convention came around, and I was like, look at all these people who like anime. Where
I
are you
know.
guys? You know?
I I remember in high school, someone like it wasn't even high school; it's like middle school, and one of my friends were more open and they like anime. I wasn't, and this one girl like she eventually came up to me and she's like, because I'm trying to make new friends with other people, and she's like, "Do you like that cartoon stuff that your other friend likes? That like the really weird ones?" And I was like,
No.
no, no.
Oh
As if
no.
I wasn't busy drawing an anime girl in my textbook.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There was just this weird thing about like, do I cringe at myself for what I did as a kid for liking anime, even though I didn't really do anything? Or do I cringe at the fact that I liked anime as a kid because other people made me feel ashamed for liking anime?
But I think everyone went through that, honestly. Like
Hmm.
you liked anime and then there was these people who would like be very verbal about the fact that they don't like I don't know, they don't like that you like anime. And the truth is some people in that group probably watched anime. You
Oh
know?
yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a funny thing that it's like everybody went through that, you know? And it's like
But it's like more normal now, at least.
yeah,
To
but
like
but
anime.
but also like why does everyone have a weeb phase? Is it because we don't know what anime is? We learn what it is, and we start liking it so much. We're like, I need a keychain. I need
Oh my
like you know
god.
the a lanyard for like my card, and my card has to be anime. Like you know,
Yeah.
everything.
I have to like buy the Attack on Titan cape. It's so cool. I have to buy the Naruto headband. I'm gonna put it away. And it's just you're just like I need all of this.
Oh my
And
God, I was too weeb to have a. I was too poor to have a weeb face. I'm sorry. Like,
oh, but that's like I same though. Like we didn't have a lot of money, but I would like I would like draw an anime girl, and then I remember like cutting out the picture and like pasting it on. Like we could
on
like
your
decorate our
forehead.
textbooks. No, 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 like the textbooks and stuff. I would like you could like decorate our textbooks, and not our textbooks, the writing books,
Hmm.
and I would paste it in front of it as like a way to decorate it because I was like, I like anime.
Hmm.
My wallpapers was all anime, Oh my god, my nightcore. Oh,
Nightcore.
don't get me started on my nightcore
I
face.
saw your tweet.
Oh,
It's like
it's coming back. I'm
it's coming
scared.
back. Like the fast forward songs. Let's go. But yeah, like oh my God. Okay, this is not really weeb. I hope, right? Right? Please tell me.
No.
But okay, you know what Yu-Gi-Oh is, right?
Oh yes.
Do you? I don't know if how familiar you are with like the first series, how they had like this big, what we call a dual disc on the arm, right?
Yes. I'm
I
familiar with it.
I don't know. It's like I have a hard time believing it today because I'm like, wow, um I was so committed, but I remember taking like a bunch of empty cereal boxes and I made one. Of course, it didn't
You did
like it didn't
not.
unfold, but like it was huge. It would actually, I could put my arm, I could put the cards, and what do I do once it's done? I don't know. I'm alone. I don't. I'm a
I
I'm a
don't have
single.
friends to
I'm
play
a
with.
I'm a single child. What do you want me to do? Okay, I'll summon blue eyes, I guess.
Something blue eyes. Oh my god, yeah. I think I also did some stupid stuff like that where I like made my DIY toys for the anime and stuff. I
Hmm.
don't even remember what, but I remember I did stuff like that.
I,
It's just and then you just sit with it and you never use it again. But you spend like the entire day doing it.
yeah.
And you were like scratching in your mom's closet and you're like, do we have this? Do we have that? Oh, what a time.
I have a question that this might actually, once again, don't answer if you don't want to. But I don't know if you will relate. But okay, it's because of the whole weeb phase, right? Me and my friends, at some point, we were like, you know what? Don't call me Jake. Call me Dark
Yes!
Flame Master. And like, did you
Yes!
have a weeb name?
Oh my god. Oh.
You don't need to, disclose it because I don't know if that like is that enough to dox. I don't know.
I don't know. There might be because I think I had an email really long ago with
Oh,
like that name
oh
and
my
stuff
God.
like that.
Okay. Then
I
then
was like,
can I
oh,
ask,
dude, that was so bad.
was it like an invented name or was it like from an anime character that exists, like Sasuke?
What do you mean? I went through multiple, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, you had multiple. Yeah, actually I had one ever. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, you could stick to it.
Yeah,
No, I had like some of them were like anime ones where we'd be like, oh, that name is so cute. I wish my name was
yeah,
Mina, you know?
yeah. Because your name is like Walter. I don't know.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, my name fucking sucks. I'm so no offense to Walter.
I know that I actually have a friend.
I know that's what I mean. I was like, no offense to Walter.
Okay, let me
You guys hear earlier.
let me attempt to justify myself. I saw a meme, and ever since I saw that meme, I loved it so much. And it's just like it's just like this tweet, right? It's a screenshot of a tweet, and this lady is like, "I don't like when babies have grown-up names. Like, no,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't want to hold Walter."
John.
I loved it so much.
I once um was help teaching a kid, and he's like 9, not even, they're like 6, and his name was John. And I was like, hey, John. I don't know, it just feels weird like calling a kid John or like
Ge-
something like that.
Gertrude, something like that.
Yeah, baby Gertrude, exactly.
Margaret.
Yeah, hey Margaret, hey Karen,
Wait, what did you say? Karen? Karen?
Karen.
Oh, Karen. Okay. But oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
had like multiple anime names. Some of them were like, oh, I saw a lot of the anime surnames. Um, I don't even remember which one it was, but I just thought it was so cool. And it's like I said, one of them was like you said, Dark Flame Master,
Yeah.
Destroyer 55.
55, yeah. Like I always I liked how in anime they're like my name is let's say Tsuki Tamago. Tsuki with like the kanji of moon. And I'm like
Yeah.
my name's Jake. It
Yeah, I
means
was like, why
nothing.
does my name
Yeah,
have this cool like meanings behind it?
like yeah, here we don't have meanings. It's a sound, Jake.
Literally.
Yeah. You want to know my weeb name? I was watching Dragon Ball, and there's in the anime. Now this might be hard to like understand the concept, especially those who have never seen the anime. But in the anime, there are these objects that are called Dragon Balls. Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm? Anyway, put them together, a big dragon pops up, and I misheard his name. His name is Shenrod with an N at the end. I heard Shenrod, and it stuck to me. I was like, why do I love this name so much? I loved it so much. And then I was so happy when I learned that I misunderstood it. I'm like, Shenrod with a D, I'm taking it. I'm keep it's mine.
It's
Mine.
unique. I made it.
Now, of course, like every time I would make like I don't know, like a Gaia online account or whatever,
Oh my
Maple
god,
Story.
yeah.
Of course, I could just take that name. Hey, hi, I am hi. But yeah, so but now what's kind of weird is like I'm pretty sure that today, if I try to make an account with that name, it's gonna be taken. I'm like, how? Who? How?
Who
Who
stole my
who
idea?
stole my
I thought I
name?
was unique.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got my weeb name. I don't know. I loved it. I still love it today. Like I don't know. There's something about it.
Well, actually, you know what? Like, I called myself like one of the names like I said was that I was afraid of doxing, but like on the other side, that's not possible because it was like Pink Dragon, but no, but it was XX underscore Pink Dragon underscore XX,
Oh, so yeah, yeah, you were okay, okay.
and the other one was like Purple Dragon, but it was the exact same thing. And like I always thought I was so unique until like one day I got older, and like you said, you tried to use it to create an account, and you're like, oh, other people took the name. Like, damn
Man,
it, I thought I was unique.
well, I mean, yeah. Pink Dragon. Yeah. Oh my God. Like
I've been quite lucky with with alien shenanigans. It's just kind of, I don't know. I've been quite lucky that it isn't a very no one, like, it's never taken
Yeah, well,
when I want to make it.
yeah. No, but I mean, for sure, those two words separate, but together, what are the
Mm,
odds? What are the odds, you know?
yeah,
And there might actually be someone out there called Shenanigans Alien. We should try it. But
like every time I see someone else with the name with the words shenanigans in their name, it's very rare because I don't know why. Like no one uses the word shenanigans. So every time I see someone else, I'm like, oh, we share brain cells.
yeah, just one.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's why we're
know,
up to shenanigans.
speaking of weeb names, there's something I always liked. It's not every convention. It's not every anime convention, but I loved I loved when you could go to an anime convention and write your weeb name on your badge instead of having
You
like,
could?
yeah, like they started doing that. Like your information is all digital. But, you know, and it was so rare that someone actually needed your name and would only have your badge. But, anyway, so the thing is, at some point, more conventions started to do that. And my friend was like, I remember my friend was like, okay, because I think the first time this ever happened, in front you would write whatever you want, in the back you would write your real name, you know? So,
Uh,
and like my friend was kind of like worried, like, oh, should I really put like a nickname? Because what if something? And I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen. They have all your information. Like when we bought the tickets online, we had to write our real names and everything, right? So it's like, let's say you don't feel well and you fall down, you collapse. Don't worry. There's not a guy that's gonna run to you and be like, "Oh my God, does anybody know XXX 42069 and Bussy Destroyer X?" Like that's
yeah, do
that's
you know? Do you guys know Slayer? Like,
yeah.
he's just
Uh,
not gonna be helped. You're just gonna die on the floor, man. Everyone knows a different kind of Dark Slayer.
like, can you imagine? Like you just hear that, you're like, okay, you know what? Just leave me here. I'm gonna die of embarrassment.
But there's so many like certain names, like anime names, that if I were at a convention with my friends and I lost them, and then I heard them call out, like,
like what, Sailor Moon or
like well, I can't say that. That's a very inappropriate thing.
I
If
mean,
they say
I
like,
said Bussy Destroyer, like
if it was like Genshin fan 420, I can be like, yeah, that's my friend, you know.
Mhm.
Like, I'll be like, oh damn, I do know them.
Oh my
I have to
God.
go help them. Damn it.
Oh, I remember like something that was really cool. We started doing that. Well, not too much, but every time it would happen, we would be happy. It's like one of us has a big prop. So in the anime convention, that person was like was the waypoint. Like so every time you're like at some point one of my friends was the Pyro from Team Fortress 2. And he had a
Oh yeah.
big axe, but he made it big like cartoony. And he
Mhm.
was like, I'm like, hey, where's the rest? And we would look around, and he would just like put it up, and at some point, our
Everyone knows like
friends,
gather there.
yeah, our friends would just like find us. That it,
That's so cool.
or I remember, okay, this not related, that is, I mean, kind of. We went out, and it was like a big party in the city. We have something here called La Nuit Blanche, which means word per word means the white night, but Nuit Blanche is when you pull an all-nighter. So that's what it means. Like a sleepless night. So there's parties everywhere in the city.
Mm.
A lot of museums are just free. It's very, very
Oh,
interesting.
that's
It's
cool.
Yeah. So at some point we're like, how do we find each other in the crowd? And then we started like putting our hands in the air and waving them from side to side, like, oh, like if you're on fire. And that's what we started doing. And I know like a couple of my friends were like, okay. And the other half was like, oh my God, I'm with these guys? Are you? So it was really funny. Like we would be in a crowd and we're like, you would see like these little hands pop up and go like, whoa, and we would like find each other like that, like a bunch of chickens. It was so good.
Yeah, I used to feel like embarrassed as well if my friends would do stuff like that, and then eventually we're just like, screw these other people, you know, like I'm just looking for my friends. Like,
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
my friends are funny.
Oh my God, this has nothing to do with anything, but we did something. It was it was a little mean. It was a little mean. We would have fun by just like walking downtown, and then at some point we would stop and kind of look in the air, kind of look at the sky, kind of look,
Yeah,
kind of look at I don't know, maybe like
nothing.
maybe a skyscraper, and then people around would like kind of stop, look at what we're looking, and
I
then
also see what you're
yeah,
looking at.
one of us would just be like, I think he's gonna jump.
Oh my god.
And then people would like start to look really much more, and we just leave. We just continue. It was the
Oh my god, Star. You really are the morning star.
come on, I'm a little rascal, huh? Shikata ganai.
Had to entertain yourself somehow, yeah.
All right, so okay, okay, cosplay. So you said you wanted to cosplay Bennett. All right, okay, 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 okay. Like, okay, okay. I have a question. This one now we're going back to uh, streaming and VTubing.
Yes.
Do you have a preference when it comes between PNG models, live 2D, 3D, or we'll even throw in the little JPEG.
Oh yeah. Um, preference? Not really. I think for the biggest time it was always like, live 2D,
Hmm.
but since it's getting more into Vroid, it's or 3D. It is quite amazing to see what you can do with 3D. But on the one side, PNG is kind of nice because it's like I like the little bouncy animations you could do and the way you could how accessible it was and like the customization. I don't know, something about it was like I feel like each one has its own different kinds of pros to customizing your model.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But all in all, I do still feel like it is Live 2D. It is the more advanced one
Advanced.
because as much as it does take on the computer, I do feel like 3D models obviously takes more out of your PC, like it's more demanding. And Live 2D models give less um, like issues in the
Hmm.
sense that like I'm not gonna bend back in my chair and then suddenly I break my neck because my tracking messed up
Oh my God.
and
Could you do that
my hair
now?
is like glitching everywhere. Yeah, I can like
Wait. Yeah, I'm leaning backwards right now.
you see, it's like you see, look at that,
Oh
look at
no.
that.
I'm telling you. Well, I mean, I showed you right offline. Like mine was just absolutely the worst. I don't know. It, he was possessed. I was scared.
Yeah. So it's just the fact that Live 2 and it does kind of allow like assets, especially all the free assets.
Yeah.
You can just add shit to your model, and it's a bit easier. Like with 2D, if you want to toggle off or like on or off, like you with your code,
Hmm.
it's a bit easier. With Vroid, you have to completely reload
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different model. So yeah, I guess in the preference it is 2D, Live 2D, but purely because of uh ease of access. Not ease of access, but like it's just easier. It's just what the market is catering towards. It's where it's the most advanced.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like what you said was the perfect answer. That all mediums have their own advantages.
Oh,
I
definitely, like
never I never really thought
customization.
about it. But like one thing, okay, this despite just finally having a live 2D myself, my end game when it comes to streaming has always been since the beginning full body 3D. I wanna flip the bird,
Ah,
I wanna twerk, I wanna break dance,
yeah,
and
you
that
want
you
to just
can
go at it.
and you but you can't do that with live 2D. And the thing is, the people don't know, but me and other people, right? A lot of people are very, very physically expressive. When you talk, your hands
Mm.
do everything. You're talking about like a big cow, but I mean a big cow, your hands are doing
Yeah,
that movement, like, oh damn, Yeah, so
that
yeah,
is.
it adds so much.
I do totally agree. Like, I've been seeing more and more like about all these 3D models, and then the way they can move their hands and the way their faces move. For me, like, oh my god, I make so many expressions with my face while talking, like you said, with your hands and stuff. I feel like if I could do all that stuff, a lot more of my points would get across. Like now,
Hmm.
to entertain people and grab their attention and make them feel like, you know, I am an interesting person. I have to like really focus on my personality and my what I'm saying, and which obviously is the focus. But what I mean is like it makes it more difficult to really show. Like when I raise my eyebrows, I'm like, oh my god, it's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like the way I like scrunch up my nose or something, like you can't see that.
Hmm.
If I like clench my hands, you can't see that. I really do feel like body language, it adds a lot to a conversation and the way you can read a person. So it is something that's like I feel like that is something I could portray to the audience so they can like get to know me easier or see
Yeah.
easier the type of person I am without having to just listen to my voice.
Like this reminds me of when we could have like there's actually clips, people just clipping Hololive characters, Hololive VTubers just
Mm,
sitting down, or little stuff like
exactly.
while one person is talking, they're like, oh, look at this other person who's not talking, but they're kind of like dancing a little bit, and I feel like that adds so
Exactly.
much. Like one of them is like a tomboy, and she sits down like a princess. And I think the other one, like it was the opposite. Like she's a princess, and like she sits down like a gangster. And it adds so much. People don't what that it adds so much.
Like I try to nod my head while I'm talking to you, but I can only nod so much as well.
Hmm.
And like you said, it really takes away that the way people can perceive you because while someone else is talking, I can't like be doing stuff with my hands or sitting around and have people be like, "Oh my god, look at these quirky things she does," because
Yeah.
all I do is speak.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like one of them was like just kind of like dancing and like moving her hips from side to side, and people really loved that, despite not it wasn't even her who's talking. She's just like listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it really adds so much. But yeah, it's like you said, when it comes to Live 2D, I feel like generally, like in the VTuber world, Live 2D is perceived as the end game, as the high quality.
mm,
Maybe because the toggles are so amazing, and I get it. Like, would the wings in 3D look this good?
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But
That's why I was saying as well. Like that's one of my long-term goals is to get a live 2D model, and as well as like if once you have a model, then you can start commissioning like, oh, different outfits and stuff. It feels like once you have a live 2D model, it kind of opens the doors for
yeah,
a lot more other stuff, if that makes sense.
yeah. It's unfortunately it's just like it's so expensive.
Yeah,
But
it is.
yeah.
That is true. I was trying on like before I started streaming, I was working on making my own model, my live 2D model, but I actually got so busy that I never ended up finishing it. But I still would like to try and finish it. If it doesn't look that good, you know what? If I'm happy with it, I might still use it. If not, then I'll just continue using my 3D model.
Hmm.
Either way, I want to try.
Yeah.
And it allows me to more bold and solidify the way I want my character to look.
Hmm. But I feel like the only thing you should focus on is, do you like it? Don't worry about like, I mean, I feel like that's the most important. If you like it, use it, do
Yeah,
it, you know?
then nothing else matters. Yeah,
Yeah, because this is your character. You're not forcing someone else to use it.
that's very true.
Hmm.
That's the other thing about Live 2D. With 3D, unless you know how to use Blender and 3D model, you're kind of limited to what other people have uploaded to the internet or what you can make from the presets.
Hmm.
And you can customize it slightly, so you're a bit more limited. But with Live 2D, you can be like, I want a coat that looks like this and has these colors, and over here it has like a random triangle, and over there it bends up a bit. and on my shirt it says Sigma, and it's
Sigma.
just random stuff like that. You could just do whatever you want.
Hmm.
It's total freedom.
And speaking of, oh no, it's not there anymore. I wanted to show the people your first. I think it was your first, or rather your previous profile picture, because right now it's the it's the frog. But
Oh,
yeah,
I
because
still have the image.
yeah, okay. Would you would
I could
can
share
I
it with
show?
you. Let me send
Mm.
it to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Because I'd like to show the people because I feel like the picture gave off such a different vibe.
Vibe.
You look,
That's what I would like to go for, but
yeah.
it's like I said, it's limiting in
Mhm.
view wide and stuff.
But like, yeah, I don't know. Like the first time I saw your picture, I know I wouldn't think you'd have like you would be someone who has this much energy. You look like a sophisticated woman, you
I know, I
know?
know, I know. But that's what I mean. I'm still like figuring out what my. That's what I mean. I'm still figuring out like the vibe I want to go for. But I really
Mhm.
like the idea. It's like I said, my mini law is, oh, I'm a ship commander that's sent here, like alien ship commander. So I still kind of wanted some serious, not seriousness, but air of like importance to me.
Yeah, 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 because you're the commander. So
Exactly.
can I show it?
Yeah, of course you may start it.
Nice, nice. All right, all right. Wait, let me just
It was
leave.
my profile picture for a very long time. I would still kind of, you see, like she has like a little thing around her neck,
Yeah, a little collar.
like a college vibe. That's what I was trying to go. Like you see with my undershirt, that kind of goes up. That's the closest I could find, while still like looking cute.
The
So I'd like
undershirt
to,
going up.
yeah, like the black thing on my current model.
Oh, on your. Oh, okay. I was looking at. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I like the kind of collar thing. So I was like, yeah, I want to go for that vibe. I like the yellow eyes because I think it looks quite striking.
yeah.
But it's the thing about Void is all the models' eyes are very round.
Hmm.
So I couldn't really do the thing I've got going on there.
Yeah, yeah, like the sharp eyes.
Exactly. So that's the thing I mean by like live 2D. You can just be like, yeah, I want sharp eyes.
Yeah.
I want a color. I want this. I want that.
And you know what would be very possible in Life 2? I don't know if that's what you were going for. The planets could technically always.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so they could like
Spin around my
rotate.
head.
Yeah, and regardless of what, if your mouth is, it's not linked to your mouth or your eye movement. It's just it's always doing that. Like, yeah, I saw some people started having that like gears, floating gears, and it
Mm.
looks so good. And it's like this is 2D. How?
I know, exactly. That's why I was like, I want that, like I said, the kind of air importance because, oh, commander of the ship.
Hmm.
Um, but it was kind of difficult to get it in Void, but I was just like, what, we'll go with what I've got. I didn't want to keep that as my profile picture because I was like, that's not what I look like. I was like, I'd rather keep it as like a reference image
Hmm.
to eventually.
Yeah, but
I have,
it's, oh my God.
uh,
Like, I never really took the time to actually look at it, but yeah, like I don't know. I remember the first time I saw like the this picture, uh,
mm,
and then like we jump into your stream, which is you were streaming Genshin, and because it's the
mm,
because it's the Vroid, you look like such a an easier person to like
talk to.
yeah, yeah, to approach. This person is like okay,
Serious, intimidating, I know,
yeah,
yeah.
how many bodyguards will tackle me? I just want that's all I want to know, you know?
Exactly. Like I don't know. I want to find a good blend between what I've got going now and with that model.
Hmm.
So, but I'll figure that out eventually. Um, as time goes on. But like I said, I obviously don't want to like freaking. I don't want to look unapproachable. I sent you as well now over Discord the PNG model I used for my first two
Oh my God,
streams.
I think okay, that's a very popular uh Pikru.
Yeah, Picker.
Yeah, okay,
I
well,
just used Picker.
okay, I will show the people. Pikru is it's magic. Honestly, Pikru was my first PNG.
Yeah, but the issue is I'm an alien.
Hmm. And
There's no pick crews for people with green skin and freaking
antennas.
antennas.
Well, I
So
yeah, you could
yeah,
you could find. I'm pretty sure.
I struggled. I did try to find it, but I couldn't really find anything. That's why I was so eager to try and get the Viroid model as quickly as possible to really portray, I'm an alien.
Hmm.
Because the PNG, I had demon horns because that's the closest I could find. My skin is not green. My hair isn't fully my color that I wanted. So,
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. I'm trying to put you.
look at that. Ah, I don't know. Why am I like? I don't know. I'm. I know I like literally just started, but it's this feeling of like,
I'm already here.
I already did effort and I changed.
Hmm.
It's like actually seeing. I'm like proud of myself that I did it, that I went ahead and worked to to stream and to do what I want to do and develop the mod I want to. Like I don't know, watching myself actually go through that first image as like a reference and being like, okay, let's use this pick crew and being able to eventually get like the freaking 3D model. It's like, wow, look, Ali, you actually did it. You actually like having it more layout. It's like, wait, I actually am doing things.
No, but like this, you remind me of something. It's like sometimes we are so caught up in like what we're currently doing, uh, the current goal, right?
Mm,
And as long as you don't get to that goal, you feel like a failure. You're like, oh my God, I'm still not a pro, let's say a pro basketball player, blah, blah, blah. But that, like,
mm,
I feel like it's important. Like, we need to remember to sometimes take a breather. We
mm.
stop. We stop and we look around. You turn around and you just look at all the footprints in the snow. And that's
Exactly.
just how far you've come all this time. Don't let your current struggles make you forget about what you've achieved in the past.
Exactly. I think so many VTubers would get caught up in like or streamers and stuff. Like I still feel like hesitant to call myself a streamer or a VTuber because I'm like, nah, I'm not really. I'm just some person doing whatever. And people get so caught up on like, oh, am I really progressing? What am I doing? But it's like having these, my little models or
Hmm.
previous ideas laid out in front of me. It's like, oh look, Ali, you did progress. You did. You feel kind of like you haven't done much, but you went
You
through the
did.
full design process.
Hmm.
Look, there's your first version, there's your changed version, it's I don't know.
No, but it's true. There's nothing to take away from. Like you did all this, and
Oh,
but but like I understand. Like my situation was a bit different because I never told myself I will be a VTuber. But
mm.
I remember when I technically was. I had a 3D model. I was streaming with it, and I was like, "Am I allowed to use the hashtag VTuber?" I
Yeah,
remember I was so hesitant in the am I a VTuber?
exactly. Sometimes like I feel so like I'm not allowed to call myself a VTuber or a streamer because I just started. I know what I'm doing. I'm not a
Yeah,
real streamer or VTuber. It's just like I don't know.
yeah. But like,
Like I was afraid using the tag on like Twitter or on my Twitch. Someone's like gonna come in my stream and be like, "What does she mean? This is not VTubing."
yeah. No, but like, look at you now. Like, I don't know. You're doing the whole thing. You're doing the whole thing. You're doing what every VTuber wants. It's collaborations. This is a collaboration. Now I'm just I'm just gushing, but I will. This is a collaboration, a very very special one because I'm not as like I say this a lot. I say this a lot. I don't want to bring down anyone streaming, playing video games, right? There's a reason why the platform has 99% of the people just playing video games because it works. Because it
Yeah.
works. But at the same time, if you do anything else other than a video game, it becomes unique, you know?
Mm,
And now now of course we like we said we do it for fun, we do it because it's fun, because we love it, but we also do it to grow in the
of
hopes,
course.
and now, let's say we would play Apex today. There has to be a reason why they would come to see us, you know? And perhaps that
Mm.
reason is because, oh, I want to see Morningstar and Ali like talk, you know? That's something they can't see elsewhere. But they're not going to come for the gameplay, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
Rising Star, there's no other Rising Star out there. We are the only ones, and this is it. This is here, and it's unique. And I love making unique content, and you're part
Yeah.
of it. You're part of it. Not only are you part of it, first episode.
Ah, ah,
Yes.
oh my god. Oh, we're gonna
So
like look back at this one day and we're like, oh my god, look at this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Look at the
First episode, look at
tables.
us. Ugh.
Look at the tables. Look at the PNG. You know, like. And I mean, but I'm looking forward to that. I know it's in a long time, but I'm looking forward to that because I know right now you know you have a profile picture, you have a pic crew, and you have your 3D. And I know in the future you're gonna just have so much. Could you imagine? Look, guys, okay, guys, hear me out. She's been streaming for what, 2 weeks? She already has this much. Could you imagine her growth? This is not Rising Star. This is just rocket ship. She, you know, you know that blinking the blinking meme who's like, oh, she's already in the sky. Okay, you know. Oh my God, you were made for this, and I hope you keep on loving what you do.
Oh,
Keep it
thank
up,
you.
Ali. Keep it up. There's I can't put it into words enough how I feel like you deserve everything, every success that's gonna come your way because you're working so hard, you're trying so hard, and you've accepted all the little all my annoying like you want a voice chat because I'm gonna show you OBS Ninja, I'm gonna show you Discord Reactive, you know all that, and you've embraced this. So
Oh my
keep it up.
god, you're making me like blush.
No, but it's true because some like I know you're not gonna tell yourself because so I might as well. Okay, and I have no one else to tell this to other than you. I mean, I why would I?
I
But
mean,
yeah,
it means a lot coming from you. It's because it's like, you've been at this for a while and like for quite a while, and I don't know, like I just started streaming. I was just like, yeah, let's go at it, and I made you and Tofu, and I was like, yeah, they seem friendly. And then suddenly I realized, like, I was like, you guys are like set up, man. You are established. You are VTubers, you know. I was like, what did I get myself into? I don't deserve to be between them. I was like, wait a minute. Do they know? Do they know that I'm someone just solid? You know, I'm not like them. So it means a lot to me when you say that to me because it's like, and I can tell like by your voice, you're sincere by it, and that means a lot.
yeah,
So thank you.
yeah. No, no, for real. Like I really love I love this whole thing the VTuber you know VTubing, and I'm so happy that I somehow didn't get stuck in the audience forever. I somehow
Mm,
you know I remember spending my days on YouTube wondering what am I gonna do? I'm working in 3 hours. I don't know what to do, and it was boring. And when I started doing this, I have no more time. It's the opposite. I have no more time, and I love the whole concept of it. I love the streaming. I love VTubers. Like we could be anime characters. Like come on, you know we're born in the perfect era. And then not only that is like I feel I'm proud. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud because I know I'm putting good content, you know, subjectively. I'm putting good content out there, huh? Rising Star, you know, Coffee and Chill. I
uh,
know we have like this amazing team, which is Tsuki Live out there. And now you're part of it. You're part of the people who are putting amazing content out there. There are people who are, you know, they work hard, they come back and they're like, oh my God, I just want to relax. And they see you and they're like, oh, this alien's pretty cool, you know? And for real, I was watching you. I was like, how is she this good? Nah, she has to be. She rebranded. She got canceled before she rebranded. You know, something like
cancelled.
that. No, before real,
Like
like,
a
yeah.
retired Hololive member.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you? I don't know their names, but yeah, are you there? Before, yeah. No, before real, like I don't know. Like I said, it's just something about like I love this, and then I see you who you have a knack for it. You were born for it, like so. And then it makes me so happy that not only are you good in this, and you also love it. There's people who are they're talented when it comes to cooking, but it's not their dream. It's a
Mm.
shame. It's a shame, but it's okay. It's their life. But I'm just so happy. Like earlier, when you said like you loved this, and I hope it's gonna continue. And when things get tough, understand like you're part of us. You're with us. You're not standing in the back. You're here. You're here.
Oh, thank you. I think I was never someone that had a passion for anything in my life. I was never like, oh, I'm passionate about doing like I have passions in the sense of like I stand up for things and things I think are right. But I've never been like I'm so passionate about accomplishing this in my life. I want to do this with my life specifically. I want to become this. I've always just kind of been like, yeah, whatever, that's life. And for a while, I thought my passion was art. I wanted to go study to do art. I've mentioned this before.
Hmm.
I wanted to do game design, but I kind of dropped it. And because I was just like, nah, whatever. But the thing about VTubing, like one of the things that drew me into like why I have an interest in it and want to continue is I also like programming. I didn't like it, but I took it in high school and I also wanted to study that maybe at some point. And there's just something about VTubing that was like I can mingle all these things together and I like talking, you know? So I enjoy talking, I enjoy programming, even though that's not like a big thing. It's like fixing all these little settings in OBS and figuring out how my VRite model can be changed and this and that, and different ways to improve my stream. And like I said, it was just the creative process of making a model. It took all these things, and I was like, "What is this? Passion? I like this." Like me and my boyfriend always joke like, "I've been so happy since I started VTubing and getting into all of this." And he's like, "Yeah, look, imagine what happens when you have a hobby. Wow, look at that, you're happy because you have a good hobby that you like." I was like, "I know, right?" Um, it's the first time I've been like, "Wow, I'm passionate about this. I enjoy it." So yeah, I don't know, I don't know where I was going about this, but the point is just like I don't know. It's just something great and new that happened, and it's just I don't know. I just feel like I found something for me that
Yes,
makes me
yes.
happy and that I should do and pursue.
And I'd like to tag along your what you're saying is you were talking about passion. You were talking about how you loved it, and to me, and I'm pretty sure some people out there will be able to relate. Uh, I I was surprised to see myself always strive for greatness. I didn't expect that streaming, like sitting down on my butt playing a video game, that's what I imagined streaming was, right? And being
Mm.
being dumb and being like, haha, look at me, I'm saying dumb
Haha,
stuff.
comedy, haha,
Yeah,
jokes.
and chat is like, haha, lamau, lamau. But I never expected like to always. I'm always thinking about like what can I offer to these people that will make them excited. I don't want to,
Mm,
and once again, there's nothing bad about playing video games, but I don't want to tell them that tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming this video game. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna be streaming a video game. In 5 months, in 1 year, like that. There's always gonna be that option is always gonna be there. I
mm.
want I want them to be like, oh my God, there's a special thing, there's a not too long
Star makes
ago.
his special content.
Yeah, not too long ago, I told everybody like it's October, it's Halloween season, but I'm not gonna play spooky video games. I'm sorry. Everybody does it. If you guys want this, you could find it anywhere. Just anywhere. Turn around. There's a streamer doing it. But I decided to gather around all my friends. We put I on my side I put like this the sounds of a campfire, and we came together. We had our stories that either happened to us, people we knew, or stories we've read on the internet, like really, really scary stories. And that is something they cannot find elsewhere except
Mm.
our stream. And that's what I love to put out there. It's not
Yeah,
just it's not like, oh, what's Morningstar playing today? No, that's very, very different. And if you miss it, you miss it.
you missed it. Yeah, it's not going to be there tomorrow
Yes.
again.
Hmm.
Mm.
So if to anyone, if you find something that somehow makes you strive for greatness, makes you always try your best, keep it close to your heart. I feel
Yeah,
like that's a good thing. It could be a hobby, it could be an event, it could be someone, it could be a place. It doesn't matter. Keep it close to your heart. If it makes you
yeah.
a better person, you know?
No, it is. It has definitely been, like I said, it's very strange for me to be waking up in the mornings and be like, oh, let's go check what's something interesting I can add to my stream. Oh, let's go mess around in Viewite and see if I can add anything cool new to my model. Or I sit at night and I scroll through Twitter and I'm like, oh, I like that this person did this. I wonder how I can do something similar.
Hmm.
That's not something I do. I've never been like constantly been like thinking about this and being like, how can I make it better? How can I do this? How can I do that? And it's so much fun. I like it. I like that I am using all my spare time to be like messing with my OBS settings and messing with like new games that I can make and play and things I can say and incorporate in my streams. And it's fun. I'm having fun.
Yes. I mean, that's what life is about, you know? If
Mm.
there's something I always like to say, and I like to kind of remind, especially my audience, is I do this in order to like make it. I do this in order to, become hopefully successful, especially
Mm.
financially, right? That's what we usually deem as successful. But
That's
I always told them that if someone magically, I don't know, a genie just magically tells me, okay, I'll tell you right now, you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna become a big, you're never gonna make it. I
mm.
would still continue because I'm having so much fun. At some point, it's not about the destination anymore. It's about the journey.
Oh yeah. No, like I've spoken to like once again spoken to my boyfriend about this. He's been very, very supportive throughout all of this. I was very shy to tell him, and the moment I
Ah,
told him, the nice thing is he wasn't like, "Oh yeah, if this happens or if this." He was like, "Oh hell yeah, when this happens,
when?
when you get
Yes.
this new business, when you get successful, when you do well." It was very, very nice. It was very supportive.
Yeah.
And you know what was the thing I was most worried about, and why you don't want to tell people, is they won't take you serious about the fact that you're serious about actually caring and wanting to grow. But he's been very supportive in being serious along with me, and he's been like, whether this becomes a thing in your life, where it's like maybe you get successful, maybe you can make some money of it, maybe that, or maybe you just keep going as a fun hobby. Either way, he thinks, I should do it because it makes me happy. And I totally agree with him. I don't care what happens. I don't care what it leads to. I am having fun.
Hmm.
And that's all that I care about right now.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I feel like if you know you're serious about it, it doesn't matter who, you don't need to try to convince other people. Of course, when people are like very important to you, like your parents, your friends, their opinion is more important. And
Yeah.
you want them to know that you're serious, stuff like that. But the harsh truth is whether it's a stranger or even your closest friend, whether they believe you or not, whether they support you or not, will
Mm.
never have an influence on your growth unless you let it. The only thing that's going to stop your boat from advancing is your own two arms. So
The
you know,
the crazy thing is, like, when I started, I was like, I can't tell anyone. Um, but even though I literally just started streaming like 3 weeks ago, I've reached this point where I'm satisfied with my happiness and what I'm achieving, no matter at what pace and what anyone else would think of it in comparison. Is I am no longer shy to maybe be like, oh hey friend, yeah, I actually started streaming as a VTuber, and I've made some really nice friends, and I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know what you think of that. Support me if you want to, ignore it if you want to. If you don't want to be my friend, whatever. Like, but it is something that has become important to me. I haven't quite yet told them because I don't know how, but there are a few friends that I'm like, I don't, I don't think they'll have an issue if I tell them,
Hmm.
you know. And I don't know, it's weird. Since streaming, I was just like, yeah, it's not that big a deal. Like since I started, I was like, just tell people it's what's
Yeah.
important to me, and
Hmm.
I want to share it to people who are important to me.
Yeah. But like I said, it's because they're important to you that you care so much about their opinion, right? If I bring you outside and I'm like, you see that guy, that guy you don't know, we're gonna tell him, and you probably don't care if supports you or not because you don't know.
Yeah.
But I think this is why it's kind of like there's a story behind this is because it's your friends. It's because you
Mhm.
actually care. It's gonna affect you if they reply negatively.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I'm willing to take that risk because,
Oh yeah,
or
of
let me
course.
put it like this: I'm no longer shy
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still kind of shy, but I'm not like embarrassed by it. I'm not like ashamed of it. I'm just like, I'm shy of it. I'm not gonna be completely open about it yet, but I'm not like ashamed of it.
No, no, never be ashamed of something that makes you strive, makes you work so hard, right? And look at all these
Exactly.
pictures. You got the frogs are part of the journey. Like
Yeah, they are. They are
they
though. That's
really
the thing.
are. They are.
They weren't anything until I started streaming, and we're like reviewing tofu and Clive. The jokes started, and I was like, "Haha, frog." And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Yes, yes. But no, it's beautiful, and it's like it's so weird. Like, well, not weird, but like to see all the things you have here. I would not think that you started 2 weeks ago. And coming, once again, from someone who has seen you, uh, I've seen you, wow, what's the word? Like, I've seen you on stage, shine bright. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought that you just started, you know? It's, because I know it's not very important, but there are other people out there who have been doing this for a couple of years and yeah, it's not the same. The lights are very dim and I leave, you know what I mean? But uh, you light up the room. It's not the party's not about the location. You are the party. You are the
Oh,
life of the
thank you.
party. So no, keep it up on your streams. This was Alien Shenanigans or Ali, on Rising Star, the first episode. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ali, for accepting and coming here.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast. I talked a lot.
No, thank you so
I do
much.
rail a lot. I'm sorry.
All right, but thank you so much, everybody. And this was once again the first episode. Now do go support Ali with everything you have, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.